To date, we've struck over 7,000 targets across Iran and its military infrastructure. That is not incremental. That is overwhelming force applied with precision. And again, today will be the largest strike package yet, just like yesterday was. As I've said from day one, our capabilities continue to build, Iran's continue to degrade. We're hunting and striking death and destruction from above.
While Iran's operational capacity is steadily weakening. Operations from the air continue to target and eliminate threats. At a U.S. military base in the United Arab Emirates, activity around the AH-64 Apache attack helicopters never stops. Maintenance teams continuously refuel the aircraft and replenish their weapon systems. The base serves as the main launch location for American pilots flying missions over the Strait of Hormuz, where they intercept and destroy Iranian Shahed drones that have been targeting U.S. bases, allied facilities, and commercial oil tankers passing through the region. Once refueling and rearming are completed, some Apache helicopters depart for naval vessels stationed in the Gulf. They land on the flight decks and remain on standby. Others head directly to patrol zones over the strait. The operation runs in a constant rotation, helicopters departing, returning, and waiting on ships for rapid deployment. When Iranian drones are detected, the first alert usually comes from a ship's radar systems. Operators in the Combat Information Center identify the radar contacts, classify them as hostile, and immediately pass the information to Apache crews, either stationed on deck or already airborne in the patrol area. Once the order is issued, pilots on deck start their engines and take off within minutes. Aircraft already in the air redirect toward the threat. The Apaches move quickly to intercept the drones, engaging them before they can reach their intended targets. After the mission, some helicopters return to ships to refuel and reload, preparing for the next alert. Others head back to the base in the UAE for a more complete servicing cycle. On the ground, maintenance crews begin the rearming process. The 19-round Hydra 70 rocket pods are refilled. These unguided rockets are mounted on the helicopter's stub wings, and each Apache can carry up to 4 pods, giving it a total of 76 rockets. The pods are secured onto the pylons, and each rocket is inspected before the pod is sealed. The 30mm chain gun beneath the nose is also reloaded with high explosive ammunition, commonly used to destroy drones at close range. Next, AGM-114 Hellfire missiles are installed on the launch rails attached to the stub wings. These laser-guided missiles are capable of destroying armored vehicles, fortified positions, and larger targets. Each missile is carefully mounted, its electrical connections attached, and the launcher secured. With the weapon systems fully installed, the helicopter is ready to return to operation. At a nearby desert airfield, a U.S. Air Force C-17 cargo aircraft lands and taxis to the unloading area. Inside the aircraft is another AH-64 Apache, delivered as a replacement to maintain uninterrupted patrol coverage over the Strait of Hormuz. Transporting a helicopter in a cargo aircraft requires partial disassembly. The unloading process begins as soldiers and technicians remove crates containing the detached components: rotor blades, tail rotor parts, stub wings, weapon pylons, avionics covers, and containers filled with rockets and Hellfire missiles. The equipment is moved off the aircraft ramp manually or by cart. Next, the aircraft airframe itself is rolled out of the cargo bay. Without its rotor blades and the landing gear unlocked, the aircraft is carefully guided down the ramp by a team of ground personnel. Great care is taken to prevent damage to sensitive sensors, weapon systems, and structural components. After the Apache is safely offloaded, it is attached to a military tow vehicle. The crates of parts and ammunition are loaded onto the same vehicle and onto a trailer behind it. The convoy moves across the airfield to the assembly area, where technicians begin reassembling the aircraft. Rotor blades are installed and secured. The tail rotor is attached and connected to the drive shaft. The stub wings with their weapon pylons are bolted into place. Avionics systems are reconnected and tested. Rocket pods are loaded. Hellfire missiles are installed, and the chain gun ammunition drum is filled. Mechanics then complete a full systems inspection, checking hydraulics, electrical systems, flight controls, engines, and weapons systems. Once every system passes inspection, the helicopter is cleared for flight operations. Meanwhile, aboard a naval vessel in the strait, the combat alarm sounds again as radar detects another wave of incoming Iranian drones. An Apache already positioned on the flight deck powers up its engines. As the rotor reaches full speed, the helicopter lifts off and quickly climbs toward the threat. Using onboard sensors, the pilot locks on to the targets, aligns the weapons system, and fires. The drones are destroyed in the engagement. The pilot confirms the successful interception and reports the results to the ship, which relays the information to the command center. Mission confirmed. The Apache then returns to its patrol position, waiting for the next alert as the operational cycle continues.